quick reads share Planet Football. The 21st of June 2018. Arsenal, Liverpool, Chelsea and Manchester United have all been involved in long-standing transfer sagas which never actually came to a conclusion. Gossip columns are awash with hundreds of transfer rumors every day, but there are certain links which just never seem to go away. We've looked at 14 transfers which were supposedly set to go through year after year but never actually happened. Yet. Willian A, favorite of Jose Mourinho. Earlier this year, the Manchester United boss praised his former Chelsea winger as top cream of the crop. "He's amazing." This came just days after Willian said, "He is my friend. I had a great time with him. Just get a room, guys. Or just bloody sign him again. Jose, we don't want another full summer of this." Read, the 13 Brazilian players signed by Jose Mourinho, from Draxler to Willian Gareth Bale issued what we're contractually obliged to describe as a "come and get me" plea, after his heroics in the Champions League final. "I need to be playing week in, week out, and that hasn't been happening for one reason or the other," he said. "I have to sit down and discuss with my agent in the summer and take it from there." Sir Alex Ferguson tried to sign Bale when the Welshman was still a teenager at Southampton, only to miss out to Tottenham. United reignited their interest again in 2013, according to the Daily Telegraph, but were beaten to the signing by Real Madrid. Since then it feels like not a single day has passed without the attacker being linked with the move to Old Trafford. Julian Draxler. It's a little-known fact that if you put the names of every player Arsene Wenger nearly signed in a long line, it stretches across the whole diameter of the earth. While Arsenal have collected a host of attacking midfielders over the years, Draxler was being linked with the club as early as 2012. Fast forward 6 years and Draxler has moved clubs twice, yet the speculation is yet to subside, especially now the Gunners have hired the Germany international's former manager, Unai Emery. Mustafi jokes that Draxler's in London to sign for Arsenal. But maybe, just maybe, picked out twitter.com/A2LHKCKH3G, goal, at goal. January 12, 2018. Christian Pulisic. As soon as Jurgen Klopp arrived at Anfield, Liverpool were linked with a host of names from the Bundesliga, and especially Borussia Dortmund. Pulisic is regarded as one of the brightest talents in world football, and the Daily Telegraph reported in 2016 that Liverpool offered £11 million for the winger. Fast forward a year and Liverpool faced a summer shootout with Bayern Munich to land the USA international, according to the Daily Mirror. Of course, Pulisic stayed at Dortmund another year on end. Would you believe it? Reports in both Germany and England have linked the Reds with Pulisic, although they have instead appeared to target Nabil Fekir and Xherdan Shaqiri. Kalidou Koulibaly. Chelsea fans could be excused for not knowing much about Koulibaly when their club was first linked with the defender in 2015, given he had made just 27 appearances in Serie A by that point. Manchester United, Southampton and Norwich City made up an eclectic bunch of clubs chasing the player that summer, according to the Daily Express. The following summer, Koulibaly was coming off the back of his breakthrough season at Napoli, having established himself as one of the best defenders in Italy, and was reportedly a primary target of Antonio Conte's. David Luiz eventually arrived instead, while Chelsea landed Antonio Rudiger in 2017. Rest assured, with Maurizio Sarri expected to swap Naples for West London, Koulibaly's name will remain in the Chelsea gossip columns forever and always. Football Italia. Maurizio Sarri will be at In 2011, the midfielder admitted he had held unofficial talks with United over a move from Inter, while a source at Old Trafford told The Guardian the following day that the player would not be moving to the club. 3 years and a host of further links later, Snyder revealed he turned down a move to the Red Devils as he did not want to leave Galatasaray in Champions League football. And further speculation was sparked in 2016 when the Dutchman said he had met with Jose Mourinho after his former Inter manager took over at United. Liverpool started the summer of 2005 as champions of Europe, but it was clear the squad needed upgrading. Rafa Benitez identified Simo, who had just scored 22 goals to fire Benfica to the title, as the man for the troublesome left-wing berth. Now the operation is very advanced and we wait for a final solution in the next few hours, the player's agent, Jorge Bidek, told Sky Sports amid reports his client was flying to Merseyside for a medical. But Benfica tried to up the transfer fee as the deal reached a conclusion and Liverpool pulled the plug. The Reds reportedly revived their interest in January, but a move failed to materialize and Simo went on to score at Anfield as Benfica knocked Liverpool out of the Champions League. I sometimes feel out of touch with European football when I keep thinking things like, I wonder if Liverpool will be in for Simo this time? Only ever been a few players short of winning the title for the first time since the Invincibles, usually in the form of a reliable goalkeeper, solid centre-half, shithouse defensive midfielder and a world-class striker. For a long, very long, not just so long time, Benzema was the man they wanted to lead the line and bag all the goals. Arsenal's interest in the Frenchman dates back to his time at Lyon. Indeed, a gossip column in The Guardian from 2008 suggests the Gunners wanted Benzema to replace Chelsea and Inter target Emmanuel Adebayor. As an aside, the same column suggests Harry Redknapp wanted to sign Gina Longbomsong for Portsmouth, which might be the most Harry Redknapp transfer to never happen. Tony Pulis was also hoping to bring Jan Koller to Stoke, which might be the most etc. Alas, despite Arsenal signing Alexander Lacazette and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in the last 12 months, Benzema continues to be tenuously linked with the move to the Emirates. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Alan Smith. Everton's interest in the Smith went on for so long that they reportedly tried to sign the former England striker from 3 different clubs. In 2004, David Moyes confirmed they had made a substantial offer to try land Smith from Leeds, following the Whites' relegation from the Premier League. He instead joined Manchester United, but according to The Sun, Everton led the chase to capture the player ahead of Aston Villa, Middlesbrough and Tottenham in 2007. Rather awkwardly, Smith joined Newcastle that summer, but only a year later the Daily Mail suggested Everton would finally land their man in a £3 million move. Smith stayed at the Magpies for another 4 years, but having just been released by Notts County, the Toffees might finally be able to snap up their elusive target. Have Everton put their annual bid for Alan Smith in yet? Jake Mills, at Jake Mills 1, January 31, 2011. William Carvalho, as Noel Gallagher exclaimed as he entered the stage of Nebworth, "This is history. This is it. This is the summer. This is history. This is finally the time Carvalho moves to the Premier League." With Sporting Lisbon in meltdown, Carvalho is expected to join Everton, or perhaps West Ham or Wolves or Arsenal or Liverpool or Tottenham or Manchester United or one of the myriad of English clubs he has been linked with since 2014. Actually, reports in Italy suggest Inter are leading the race for the midfielder, which would be utterly hilarious. Read, 5 Sporting Lisbon players linked to Premier League with club in disarray. Andy Carroll. From the moment Carroll stepped off that helicopter to be unveiled as Fernando Torres' successor at Liverpool, the striker has seemingly been destined to return to Newcastle. This summer they have been made favourites to sign the England international, while Sky Sports reported that the Magpies held talks with West Ham in January about a potential loan move. This follows a pattern of Carroll and Newcastle being linked with one another in every transfer window, with reports suggesting a move never transpires due to the player's reluctance to leave London or the club's unwillingness to pay a big fee, wages. As highlighted by our friends at Football 365, the speculation was never quite so rife as the period from July 1 to August 31, 2012, which featured the following. The Daily Mirror reported that Newcastle would offer £17 million. The Sun reported that they would offer £15 million. The Daily Telegraph reported that they would offer £12 million. The Guardian also reported that they would offer £12 million, but only after an initial loan. The Independent reported that they would offer £10 million. The Daily Mail went maverick, reporting that the deal would be a season-long loan. Leandro Damião, Tottenham move close to signing Brazil striker Leandro Damião, reported The Guardian in August 2012. In January 2015, the Daily Telegraph suggested Tottenham Hotspur to bid £15 million for Leandro Damião as Emmanuel Adebayor prepares for Africa Cup of Nations. Fast forward to June 2013 and ESPN had a stab with Leandro Damião will still consider Spurs' move despite Champions League ambition. Thankfully the Independent put an end to the madness a month later. Tottenham and interest in Leandro Damião, but step-up pursuit of David Villa with plan to fund move for Barcelona striker by selling Emmanuel Adebayor. Oh for fuck. I'm still believing that one day, Leandro Damião will complete his move to Tottenham. Sunday League Hipster, at Hipster Manager, August 31, 2015. David De Gea, a modern classic. If it weren't for a pesky fax machine 3 years ago, De Gea would have got his dream move to Real Madrid and we'd all have been spared a lifetime of tedium. De Gea was all set to join Real Madrid in 2015, with Keylor Navas moving in the opposite direction, only for the two clubs to miss the deadline to complete the required paperwork. The Spaniard promptly signed a new 4-year deal, with the option for a further year, and is reportedly set to sign a new deal at Old Trafford this summer. But in case you haven't quite cottoned on yet, that doesn't mean we can't stop saying he's definitely going to Real. Juan Roman Riquelme. Everton got so bored of being constantly linked with Riquelme that they actually announced his capture on their official website in 2007. The post was taken down within an hour, forcing a club spokesperson to explain. During the process of uploading the new homepage designs for the website, some test data was displayed for a very short period of time and was immediately removed after it had been identified. Example data had been used during the testing process, and this was unfortunately missed by our appointed web development company during the final upload. We'd quite like it if every club just claimed they had signed every player they had been linked with, then you just have to turn up on the first day of the season to see who actually turned out for the side. More from Planet Football. The Secret Footballer, how a transfer happens and what goes in a contract. Football Manager sims Liverpool's season with Keita.